listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome back to I'm Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and you know what time it is. We're talking about NBC, The Voice, and we have the one and only Toni Lorene, and she is Team Snoop Dogg. So first and foremost, you represent H-Town very well. How you doing today?
You know, I'm doing really good. How are you?
Doing awesome. I have to just ask this. When you got an opportunity to be on that stage, knowing that millions of Americans are going to hear your voice, did you at all have any butterflies? Or did you say, you know what, I got this?
It's both. You know, I always like to say anybody who says that they don't get nervous, they are lying. Okay. That is not the truth. I definitely get all the butterflies every single time I walk out on stage before every round. However, with my blind audition, since it was my first time, there's that one opportunity. You can't mess it up. You don't get any do-overs, and America is going to see me. I learned how to transfer that nervous energy into like this power and this confidence that I use. Cause it's like, okay, if you're going to go out here and everybody's going to see you, this is not the time to mess it up. Of all the times to let the nerves get to you, this is the one time that you got to get it right. You have one job to do today. That's it. So it's both. I definitely still get the butterflies because, you know, it's exciting and I want to do well and I'm passionate about it. But, you know.
When you think about the opportunity to just kind of pick the brain of a legend like Snoop Dogg, I mean, come on, man. Not everybody has that opportunity. You're in the moment right now having that great life lesson, musical lessons from the great guy himself, Snoop Dogg. Have you ever let that sink in yet? How are you feeling right now being able to do that?
It has been an unbelievable experience. I never would have thought that getting on the show and even getting to be on Team Snoop, I didn't know that we would actually get to form a bond. I didn't know that I would actually get to talk to him and receive information and lessons and learn from him about this industry, like that true help with my artistry. I didn't know if that would be a thing or, you know, if TV is just for TV, but that is not the case with Snoop. Like, you really are brought into this family that is a lifelong thing, and they work with us, and he teaches us, you know, he puts us on game. He helps us understand that even though we're on the show right now and we're appealing to America, you know, us being here, it's not for nothing. It is an extremely big opportunity, and we're all so grateful to be a part of it. And he wants us to be great. You know, I think that he believes in every single one of us. And I think that that's why it's such a blessing for me to be on his team, you know, because that doesn't have to be our experience here. You know, he could just be getting a check and going on about his day and not worried about us after the fact. But that's not Uncle Snoop, you know.
Now that you are officially a star, when you think about the humble beginnings, right, from church to dance recitals and theater, I mean, how has the local community been able to react to you chasing your dream on national TV?
Oh, listen, my people are so extremely excited for me. It is so humbling, honestly, to see my city just show up for me in this way that I would have never thought would be a thing. You know, there are people that I went to high school with, old teachers, old doctors, old babysitters, you know, people from way back in the day, old directors from theaters, everybody that is just so excited to support in this moment. People I haven't talked to in years, but even though we haven't talked, you know, they're still excited for me and happy to see someone that they know from their city doing what they love. And it's even more, it makes me a little emotional. It's even more special for me because people are seeing me do the thing that they've always seen me do. And they never saw me stop. They never saw me give up. And then they get to experience along with me the process of everything just finally coming to fruition. You know, it's so beautiful, and I'm so grateful.
We're talking to Toni Lorene this morning, NBC The Voice team Snoop Dogg. Man, when you paint, or can you paint the picture rather, of what the vibe is when you're in rehearsal with Snoop, and what are some of the things that you appreciate most from his feedback?
I appreciate that Snoop's feedback comes from a place of just feeling the music and how the music makes him feel, you know? Snoop isn't one that is just for any particular genre or anything, you know? He just goes based off of how it makes him feel. If it made him feel good, then he's going to let you know. And if he feels like he could have done a little more, he will let you know that as well. And he also works really well with our mentors that he brings along on the show. You know, they give their feedback based off of their background in music, and Snoop's feedback is always usually coming from a place of, you know, I got my experience in this industry. This is what I know to work. This is what I know people to enjoy receiving. And this is what I think would help you be victorious in these next rounds. And it's always true. You know, everything that he tells us to do, every little bit and piece, every little gem that he drops on us, it always usually works out in the end. And it's extremely helpful to us throughout this process when we take said advice that he gives us. You know, like he didn't get to where he is by being a fool. He knows what he's talking about. So it's best to just listen to him.
Last question for you is, knowing the weight of this moment at this point of competition, is when it starts to get a little bit more serious, and it's going to get a little bit intense. Mm-hmm. How do you keep yourself calm in the moment and just do your thing on the stage?
I think having the knowledge that when I first walked out on that stage for my blind audition, I didn't know if I was going to get a chair turn. I didn't know if this show was a place where I belonged. I didn't know if I was fully prepared or deserving of being there. But, you know, I asked for, before every performance, I prayed for God to let my light be seen through to others. And it just reminds me that it's okay. I'm human. Whatever happens, I'm grateful to be in this position. But I didn't know how I was going to go the first time, and it worked out. So maybe I should just stick to that, stick to doing what I know, stick to doing what I'm passionate about, what I've always been doing. All I got to do is do me, and that's it. You know, the rest will come along with it. I've worked in the industry for years. I've been an actor for many years. There are going to be tons of no's, and that's okay. It just means it wasn't for you. But what's for you is for you. So, you know, every next performance, it's like, you just do what you came to do. And if it was meant for you, then it shall be so.
We're talking to Toni Lorene, representing H-Town. She's on NBC The Voice, Coach Snoop Dogg. I'd like to say this before you sign out. You got all Texas backing you up right now. So you just go do your thing and just do your thing. And that's it. Like I always want to say to you, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I had a great time here with you today.